Hello everyone, and welcome back to my neglected Gundam channel. Today I will be doing something a little bit different. I will be talking off the cuff and editing the video in the same way, so don't expect any fancy editing or movie magic to happen. With that being said, I just wanted to clear the air and let you guys know what type of video this will be. It is going to be a new series that I'm trying. It is a work in progress, kind of like how I used to do it back in the day. So there's not going to be anything flashy. However, the build, I believe it will be pretty cool when it's done. So, definitely check out that video when it's done. These videos are more for the people that just want to follow along. I realized that for my introduction to the GWCC, just the unboxing, it only has like 130 views to it. So, yeah, this isn't going to be anything special. This is just me showing what I'm doing for the competition. So what you're seeing here is the current build that I was working on before the GWCC. If you're following me on Instagram, rest assured I will be finishing this. This is the Master Grade Ultron, aka the Nataku. I am still finishing this project. I work on it about every other day, and that video will come out in its entirety with the nice editing and stuff like that too. This is my airbrush collection that I've been building up for the past 6 months. I am very happy with where I have it now. And for this project, I will specifically be using the Aventus and also the Mobius Point 3. The GWCC is put on by Gaahleri, so they want us to use their products if possible. I also own their entire lineup of paints from Kaleido, so whatever paint you see me using in this build series will be from Kaleido. Eventually, Gaahleri will give the contestants of this competition an affiliate code, so if you buy the paints or the airbrush, you will be able to put my name in with a little discount code, and you'll get like 10% off, I think. While emailing them, they said that that feature is going to come out in the future. Alright, now let's grab this thing and take it to where I build Gunpla. So one of the first things that you might notice that might strike you a little odd is that I build on the floor, and I just prefer it. I've been doing it for years, and honestly, I don't drop anything off a desk that way and lose it in the void. I haven't lost a piece in so long, but it's a nice place to just chill, relax, and if I want to, I can just lay down while I build as well. A runner. This is cool because the shields, they actually have texture on them. I really appreciate that. I like that. I believe with a suit I'm going to be recreating, I'm not going to be using these pieces, which is a shame because that is such a cool feature. And again, look at that texture. That's so cool. I love that. On the bottom of the feet. Good, I'll be able to use that one. Awesome. It's a huge foot, by the way. It's the size of my finger. It's huge. Not that my hands are big, but D. I see D's nuts. All right, stupid. D. Got F1. I don't think there's an F2. Here we have G. That's really cool. Oh, I will be using that in future projects. The standard T pose. Interesting. Oh, I think that guy's for the cockpit. He can be standing out of the cockpit. That's so cool. That's awesome. You don't see that much anymore. some weaponry. Pretty cool. Last but not least, we have 2 PC runners. Very nice. Alright, so this is where I build. I just like sitting on the floor. It is right in front of my cabinet where I keep my Gundams. But this is where I build. Nothing too special. I don't like building at my workbench. I just don't like sitting in the chair for that long. I like sitting on the ground, and I'll show you how I set it up. So, where's the booklet? So I have the booklet here, and what I like about the booklet is it always shows you the parts, the runners, A through whatever, so that's really nice. I usually keep the booklet in front of me open. Just a quick rundown of my tools. I do have a screwdriver, just in case. Some kits you need a screwdriver for. I have the parts separator here. I have 3 nippers here. So I have my regular nippers here. That is the TN120. This is going to be double-bladed nippers just for the initial cut. Then I have the SPN120 God Hands. Single-bladed nippers. And last but not least, I have these no name. Probably pick them up at like a hardware store or Hobby Lobby or something like that. This is the heavy duty nippers, and this is for breaking apart the runners when you're done. So when I'm done with the runners, I just cut them up and just throw them away in my trash can over there. Those are my nippers. I do have sandpaper. This is fresh for every other project. I'll start a fresh piece of sandpaper. This is 400 grit. This is the used 400 grit, which is I would guess like 500 to 600 now because it's been sanded down so many times. This is, I believe, like a 600 that's been sanded down, so that's probably like an 800. 4,000, 6,000, 8,000, and 10,000 grit. And what I'm gonna try in this project for the first time is I bought glass files at Hobby Lobby. I don't even know what grit this is, but this will be a cool project to try that out, just to see what that looks like. And this is such an old kit, and I'm gonna be doing modifications to it anyways, so I wanna try those out. But those are my tools that I use. This is the new one that I just threw in. Oh yeah, and then this, of course, the curved X-Acto blade. I really like the curve on it. It's very versatile in what side you want to use, how you want to use it, and I realize that I don't cut myself as much when I use this one. So, what is this? B? Where's A? Okay, so A. This is how I set my setup up. So what I'm doing is just A, B, C, D, and then I'll just go down the line and put them in the places where they go. And then I have my PC right here. Another very important tool that I use, it's not a tool, but a very important thing that I need in order to do any build is a phone. So as you can see here, it is Monday, May 11th, almost 8 o'clock, and I am starting the build for the GWCC. I think that's really cool because I can say I was there for it, the very first day of the competition. But what is very important tool for me is this, Netflix. So I'll just come in here and I'll just start up. I'm not getting paid for this video, so I'll just, doesn't matter if you hear it or not, but I'll just throw on some One Piece. I'm gonna run out soon because I'm on what, episode 700 something. 781. Yeah. What happened to my volume? The heck? I don't know. It's probably going somewhere. But not to show you that I'm watching One Piece or whatnot, but whenever I build, I have that here so I can not just, I can do something other than just sitting here alone. So this is where I build. Just kind of sit here and just go ahead and build, So that's what I do. It's what I do. Okay, so I have my setup here, and I'm just going to get to building. So it looks like we will be building the chest first. So let's do it. PC. Now when it comes to the PC parts, I will do the God hands. And I'll get it as close as I can to the initial cut or the final cut. That's the only exception for the first cut is with the PC parts with the God hands because it's such soft plastic. I don't do the 2-cut rule. Okay. And that's done. So what I do is with all the steps, I just cut out all the pieces and then I put them in the orientation that they have them on the sheet here. So that way when I pick it up, I can just quick reference it, clean it up with the nippers, and then I'm going to be sanding it down. So I'll do that and then I'll put it together. But yeah, I keep it in the orientation that it's in. Sometimes though, you'll have a big piece in your hand and it'll drop and it'll be so many little pieces and it'll just explode everywhere. That's not cool. That sucks. But it happens. One thing that I do, you see all the male and female connections here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to orient them to where I know how they snap together, and then I'll look at them. I'm going to cut the farthest side away from me. I'm going to cut them. See if I can get this in focus. Cut them just like that. I'm pretty sure, that's a well-known trick to do. This is when you're snap building something before you paint it, and you're going to be taking it apart after you snap build it, so you can paint it. You just get these female and male parts ready. Now, on the male parts, I cut the top off, so on the female parts, I'm going to scoop out the bottom of each one of these. Even if you're doing, let me see here. Okay, so these two inside are for the PC part. I'm not going to do that for the PC part. Sometimes I will. Maybe I might do it on this one because it's pretty tight fit for the PC part. So I think I might just help guide it in. But what I was saying was if you're painting a piece and you're not even going to be snapping it up first, you're just going to take the pieces out, get them ready for painting, sand them, prep them, and you're not putting it together before you paint, you might still even want to do this. because it just really helps guide the pegs into the slots, and it really cuts down on your build time. It cuts down on the frustration of trying to get them in. Okay, so now all those are good to go. All right, I'm going to try a new angle for you guys so you can see kind of what I'm working on here. I don't know how well it's going to pick it up. Okay, you see that flash right there? It's where the mold line comes together, where the two molds come together and creates that flash. I'm going to take that out in this project as well. I do for most of my projects. Only when I'm really lazy, I don't. But these older projects, they like to throw this flash in such inconvenient spots to where now I have to sand this entire side. So, it is what it is, man. But yeah, I'm going to do that for anything that's like a visible surface. This was my stopping point yesterday. I saw that flash and I said, man, I am not. I was so tired yesterday. I had been working all day on my other projects, and I finally came to this project. I just wanted to start it the day that the competition started. I wanted to start this project. What's not fun, dude, is they put this little tiny nub right there. This little tiny detail. That's not fun, dude. Why'd they do that? I don't know. Yeah, but they put this little tiny detail there with the flash. And I'm glad that Bandai got away from stuff like that. Because this is just an unnecessary step. Taking this flash out. But hey, if you've been in the hobby long enough, then you know that Bandai had to come from somewhere to get to where they are now. And I'm not saying these old kits are bad. I'm just saying they need a little bit more love than the newer kits. Which is cool, because if you like the project, then you can spend more time with whatever project it is that you're doing, you know? So that's cool. Okay, let me just finish up around the sides of this with this 400 grit. And then I'm going to go to my used, one thing I do, I take that crap off of there. I'll go to my used 400 grit. That'll make it a little smoother. And then because this is such a big piece, I'm going to smooth it out with the higher grit sandpapers. Okay, that's good. I don't need to make it 10,000 grit. This is 8,000. I don't need to make it 10,000 because I don't need like a mirror finish or anything like that. I don't need it. It's not like it's a clear piece at all. But that is my process. That is my process of taking the flash off. So you come from this and you get to that. And I will do that. This is an old kit, so there's going to be a lot of flash. So I'll go ahead and remove all that flash from this project. Well, we have reached the end of the video. So basically this is just a recap of some of the skills that I showed off in this video. This video has been pretty standard, just what you're going to do when you clip out a Gundam. This is my process, and this is the first week of the GWCC. This has been the first week of the GWCC. Now the second week is going to be clipping out the Kyrios. I did get very limited footage of that, so you don't have to suffer through another video like this. I think I only did the shield, so I'll do a very short thing of that. Mainly it's going to be planning out the diorama and how I'm going to do that. And since I've never done a diorama before, I don't know how to film it or what I'm even going to be doing for it. That being said, it is already Thursday of the second week. I just got done clipping out Kyrios on Wednesday. So I will have very limited work to do for planning out the diorama in the second week. So the second week video should be short and sweet. I say that now, we will see. I want to thank you for joining me with this video. If you watched the whole thing, you're awesome. Give the video a like, comment, as I will comment back to you, and join us for this series of the GWCC. Again, this is a new style of video for me, or maybe a return to how I used to do videos back in the day. But I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great week. Keep building, and until next time, I hope you don't feel that neglected now.